Today we're breaking down the biggest NBA draft losses. Let's jump in. Hey guys, it's Devin Howard. If you want to follow me on Instagram, find me there as @DevinHoward. Subscribe to the Fumble, tap the bell for notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button. With the 2020 NBA draft quickly approaching, it's time to take a walk down memory lane and look at the biggest draft busts in the league. When looking to add new athletes to a roster, coaches, scouts, staff will all take a great deal of time analyzing whether a player is a good fit for their team. They try to be strategic and forward-thinking, and a lot of the time that attention to detail pays off. Other times, it doesn't at all. Let's get into some of the worst draft mistakes we've ever seen. Back in 2005, the Atlanta Hawks were looking for the next young talent to add to their team. After a 13-69 season, they had two strong point guards on the board and a desperate need for a solid forward. But they decided to draft a forward who was a college sixth man, Marvin Williams. The person they passed on, none other than Chris Paul. Draymond Green was pretty overlooked prior to his first year in the NBA. Back in 2012, the Warriors passed on Draymond twice. Boston was in dire need of big men, but instead of going with Draymond, they went with Fab Melo, who ended up being a disappointing first rounder in the NBA. And we all know who Draymond turned into. You all might know that in high school, Steph Curry wasn't really the top athlete, but once he made it to college, he really blossomed. But in 2009, the Minnesota Timberwolves picked up Johnny Flynn at number 6, passing on a young Steph Curry. Steph Curry went on to win consecutive championships and is now known as one of the best players in the league today. I'm sure the Timberwolves look back and hate that they passed on Steph. They even drafted another point guard, Rick Rubio, 5th overall. Big mistake. Huge. Let's jump back in time a little bit to 1984. This story has been picked apart so many times. The Portland Trail Blazers picked up Sam Bowie at number 2, passing on Michael Jordan at number 3. We've all just recently seen how remarkable his career was in The Last Dance, so passing on him was clearly the wrong move. In 1996, the Charlotte Hornets traded a high school shooting guard for a more seasoned center in Vlad Divas. It's a move that you'd probably not question too heavily in the moment, only that high school shooting guard was none other than Kobe Bryant. Kobe fell all the way to number 13, so they brought in Divas as he seemed like he'd be a more reliable player. But when you look back at Kobe's legacy, I'm sure it hurts the Charlotte Hornets to realize that they passed on one of the greatest players of all time. It's hard to imagine how some of the most iconic players we know today were completely overlooked when they first entered the league. Kobe, MJ, Steph. It just goes to show that some of these young athletes who come straight out of college or the G League aren't playing to their full potential just yet. Now that we're nearing the NBA draft, let's all cross our fingers and hope our teams don't make big mistakes like these. What's the worst draft bust on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell. I'm Devin Howard for the Fumble, and I'll see you later.